NFC live auction championship. We're doing a live auction draft tonight. Fantasy Savvy on X. Steve D'Angelo, thanks for joining us, everybody, tonight. We're going to get started very, very soon. The auction is going to start in 2 minutes. I'm going to bring it up. So this is my first time actually doing a live auction, streaming it. I've done plenty of auctions. My first draft ever in fantasy when I was 14 years old was actually an auction draft. So I was born into fantasy through auctions. So I kind of feel like this is almost my best format in many ways. So if you guys never did an auction, this will be a lot of fun tonight. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and sharing. We're doing tons of these live high stake drafts, some other fantasy stuff, college basketball, Fantasy Savvy on X. Like, subscribe, share. Let's go. Welcome to the Fantasy Savvy Weekly Show with your host, Steve D'Angelo, discussing high stakes fantasy football, NFL picks, and much more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, you can see the auction board is up now. We're going to start at 9. So difference between an auction and a draft, you can't leave your seat. You can't not pay attention. You got to pay attention to every single player that's being put up because you want to potentially bid on every single player. Except towards like once you start spending your money and like some bigger guys that you can't bid on. But either way, those guys could go in 1-2 seconds. So you can never ever really leave your seat. You can't take a piss. Can't go, put the kids to bed. You got no time. You got to be on your seat watching this auction the whole time. So $200. I like to spend my money kind of early. I like to get a couple studs early and, fill in my draft later. And I can always feel like I can get some good value later on. So we'll see how this baby goes. I only did, I think, 2 of these last year. My one team was really, really good. I won my league in the playoffs. I didn't make it to the. There we go. Oh, we started already. So Lamar Jackson, $23. Here we go. So that's it. I already missed Lamar Jackson going for 23 because I was freaking talking. So that's a pretty good value for Lamar. I mean, you could get other quarterbacks cheaper, like $12, $13. And look at Jamar Chase, $62. But when you get a Lamar, you just know what you're getting every single time. I'm going to try to go after Josh Allen, and he may go for a little bit more than 23, just because people don't know what they're spending yet. So let's see what we do here. I'll try to get to you guys' comments again. I got to stay focused during this auction. This is like high pace. There's not a lot of time for dilly dallying. So we'll see how this team comes out while I'm talking and doing an auction at the same time. But, should come out pretty solid. So Bijan going for 49. Actually, I should show you guys. Does it show the bids on here? I should show you guys the bids. I think you might like that better, actually, then rather than the auction board. So let me switch that real quick. All right. So yeah, tell me if you guys like this better. This way you guys can kind of see, the bids going up. And I'll switch it from time to time and I'll show the teams. I'll go back to the board. I'll go back to the bids. And here we got Justin Jefferson. So far we got Jamar Chase for 61, Bijan for 51, Lamar Jackson for 23. And now we got Justin Jefferson going for 48, 49. Entry into this is $150. Only about, I think you'll probably get 800-900 teams in this. I think the max is almost 1,000. The grand prize is 15,000, so a little bit smaller of a player pool. If you win your league, you win 700. Again, 150 entry. And I did 2 of these last year. I won one of them. And if my team had made it to the championship round, which it should have, it didn't, but I won my league in the playoffs, I probably would have finished like top 5 overall. So I had a really good team last year. But, again, my first ever fantasy football league when I started when I was 14, 1997, was in fantasy auction. So that was the first fantasy auction keeper. So that was the way I was introduced to fantasy football. DeAndre Swift, I want no part of, so I will not be bidding here. Let's see here. So Justin Jefferson goes for 49. Now we got Joey Burrow up. And Lucas R says your boy Carlton wants to hop on. Lucas says bids is much better view. Appreciate that, Lucas. Yeah, Lucas, I think Carlton may come on later. I sent him the link. He's actually doing his own show right now over at Sports Affiliated. He's doing he's interviewing some woman poker player. So I sent him the link. We'll see if he jumps on after he's done. All right. All right. Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's see. Bijan went for 51. So Gibbs is going to go 51 for me. I just bid on him. And I'll probably get him. Even if he goes 52. All right, so same price as Bijan. So that's how I start my draft. Jahmyr Gibbs, $51. That's the thing about auctions. You can get any combo. So, when you're in a draft, you can't get a Gibbs Saquon. You can't get a Gibbs Bijan. But when you're in an auction, you can get that. Obviously, you got to pay a pretty penny for it. But that's how you win these things. You get 2-3 studs on your team, and then you can get some sleepers later on. Like last year, I think I got Brian Thomas for like $8 late, after building my team with some solid studs. And that's how you win these things. So that's the fun thing about auctions is you can create teams that you can't do in snake drafts. And there goes CMC for 41. So you could say, would you rather have Gibbs for 51 or CMC for 41? But obviously CMC is discounted this year and in snake drafts as well, going the back end of the first round, sometimes the middle of the second round because of the injury history. But if CMC is healthy all season long, he's a little bit older. Maybe you could say if they're all healthy, CMC, Gibbs, McCaffrey, maybe, Bijan, CMC, Gibbs, and Bijan. Maybe Bijan and Gibbs finish ahead of him still, but CMC could be right there with him, and you get a $10 discount. I think that's good shopping. Here we go, Jonathan Taylor. So what do I want to do? I could go after Saquon. I can go after Genti. I really like Bucky Irvin. I really like Chase Brown, as my second back as well. Obviously, there's a lot of stud receivers still left. You got CD, you got Malik, you got Puka, Drake, Brian Thomas, Ladd, Amon-Ra, Nico, Garrett Wilson. You got Brock Bowers. You still have Josh Allen on the board, Jaden Daniels. I nominated this one, but I wasn't even paying attention. So Chase Brown, $34. Not a bad price there for Chase Brown. Let's see if Bucky goes, if he goes for about the same. And the other cool thing about an auction is the one thing you get is you get a 5-minute break usually. Even if you do a home auction league, there's always a break. Like you order pizzas and everybody will just go outside and, smoke a couple bogeys, maybe have a beer or two. Usually like 20, 30 minutes. But now that's a live auction when I first started. Now we do it online, but still even in my home league auctions, they'll give us like a 5-10 minute break. So that's the one good thing. At least you get a little bit of a break, because this thing it's a grind. I mean, again, you got to be paying attention the entire time. You cannot sleep. I remember years ago, it was Josh Allen's maybe like second or third year in the league. Or maybe it was his rookie year. I don't know, whatever it was. I like turned away for like maybe like 20 seconds, and Josh Allen went for like $4, and I was so pissed off. This is before he really blew up. I was so pissed off in my auction keeper league, and I was so pissed off that I ended up making a trade with the Josh Allen owner. I traded him Justin Herbert and Myles Gaskin for Josh Allen, and I pulled it off. But that was before Josh Allen really blew up, and that was right after Herbert had that monster fantasy year, and Myles Gaskin had that big time year too. And again, this is a keeper league, so I still have Josh Allen on my team. But that just goes to show you that you cannot have any mishaps in an auction. You got to constantly be, locked in the entire time. And all right, here goes Josh Allen. So let's see what I get him for. I'm gonna go for him, even if I have to pay 25 more than Lamar. I'm gonna go for him. Now, if he goes for 30 or something, maybe I'll just pass off and get Daniels. But he probably shouldn't go for any more than 25. But the problem is in auctions sometimes is when you bid on the last best guy of a tier, he tends to go a little bit higher. So it's kind of like Allen Jackson, right? Those are the two highest guys. All right, so I got him $2 cheaper because Jackson is kind of going first in drafts too. But sometimes when you're in it, when you bid on the last guy of a tier, he'll just go for like an extra. You'll have to overpay sometimes because it's the last guy that's in that tier, and sometimes you can get burnt by that. So it's good to kind of go early on those high tier guys, and spend early rather than waiting for the last guy of the tier. But I'll take it, $2 cheaper than Lamar. So far, we get Josh Allen for 21 and Jahmyr Gibbs for 51. I have $128 left. $111 is my max bid. Brian Thomas, again, I got him for $8 last year. Now he's going for $43. I love Brian Thomas, but I feel like I could get a little bit better value at the receiver position, so I'm going to pass up. And he's a stud for sure, and he could even have more of a monster year. So Chase goes for 61, Jefferson goes for 49, and Puka goes for 47, CeeDee Lamb 53, and Brian Thomas 45. Here comes Saquon now. I'm going to bid. Let's go 50. See, this is what I'm saying. This is how you want to build your teams in auctions, because you don't want to be sitting there at the end of drafts with all this money and there's all, and you can't really, and so you can't really spend anything. So, obviously I don't have a lot of money left. I have $62 or $78, 62 max bid, but I could still fill my team with some solid receivers and some solid tight ends. And I have Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon, and Josh Allen. So, I see a lot of guys who build a lot of depth on their bench, and I don't really think that's the best strategy, because you're going to win with studs. So you want to get these studs, and that's how you take advantage of an auction. You want to pay up for these guys, spend your money early, and then find the values later. Like that was a good value right there for Travis Etienne. Like I could have just bought Etienne for $10. And sometimes, those will float by you sometimes if you're not paying attention. So you got to constantly look for the values, especially when you spend your money early. Look for the values later on, and add those to your team, and then you could really build a nice team. Again, last year, Lad McConkey, I think I got for like, I don't know what it was, 10, $11, and Brian Thomas for $8. So that's how you build these stud teams. You pay up for the monsters, the guys that are proven fantasy assets, and then if you have a little fantasy intellect on some of these rookies, or you find some guys that are being dismissed, like a Travis Etienne, for $10, and he blows up, then you get those values and add them to your stud teams, and you end up having a really, really strong fantasy team. Jamie, he is here. He says, "Yo, what up, dude? Auction drafts are awesome." Hoff says, "Crush it, Steve." Appreciate that, Hoff. And Jamie and Hoff are talking through it. Jamie is always in these shows, man. Jamie, maybe I'll get Roshan for $1. Appreciate Hoff coming in as well. I feel like auctions need to get more and more popular, man, because I don't know, for whatever reason, they just haven't picked up. I don't know. I guess maybe I don't know what the reasoning is, but it needs to become great because it is really one of the best ways to play fantasy football. It takes a little longer. I mean, you could be if you're in a home like auction league, you could go for like 3-4 hours. I remember doing some fantasy baseball auctions. Like it'd be like a 4-hour affair. Obviously they'd be ordering food. We used to go at these restaurants in Jersey, and one guy ordered a freaking mozzarella sticks. He ordered chicken parm. He had like 4 or 5 slices. Then he ordered like, the freaking chocolate cake, the cheesecake, coffee, espresso. So gets a little lengthy. And then a guy goes to the bathroom 19 times, goes outside, smoked 400 cigarettes. But even an online auction could take a little while, much longer than a regular draft. But it's worth it. You don't do as many of these as a regular draft, but you throw a couple into the mix here, and it's well worth it. So far, 3 guys on my team. I got a 20-man roster, and I have $78 left. I spent a pretty penny on Saquon Gibbs, $101. So basically 50% of my salary on those 2 guys. But again, 2 absolute studs. So I got to see what kind of receivers and what kind of tight ends I can make this all fit. I got to be smart with my money at this point. I can't be paying up for a lot of these guys. And, so what I want to do now is I want to throw out Ashton Genty. I could throw him out for more than $1, but, you want to throw out these guys that are going to go for the most money, obviously. But, you could also, now is a good time, like in an auction, where you could throw out like maybe like a little bit of a sleeper that you like. Maybe you like, say, Ricky Pearsall or Abuka or Golden or something like that. And, you might be able to get a good deal on them, a little bit better of a deal now if you throw them out, because people don't really know what to spend. And towards the end of drafts, people are like saving their money. And some people have so much money left over that they're forced to spend more money anyway. So you kind of get a little bit of a better deal at this point, rather than, throwing them out later and then getting the players stolen from you. And you'll see that some of these teams will have so much money left over that like they'll spend like, they'll overpay for a guy just because they have the money and they can, or they'll have like $10 left and they'll just throw their last 10 on a player that they didn't really need to throw the last 10. But really, when you leave an auction, you should have no money left. You should have maybe $1 or 2, but you should never have like $10. And the way you should end your draft is by, the dollar derby. It should just be like dollar player, dollar player, dollar player, filling in your roster that way. And you already have, a good steady source of studs. I could kind of tell this team maybe a little bit top heavy. maybe a little bit over top heavy. So we'll see how we can round this out. Um, but I've had teams like this before where I've had like, two really strong studs, and sometimes they don't fill out as well. But we'll see. We'll see how we do here. Again, you start three receivers in this format, and you're getting 6 points per passing touchdown. Um, so either way, it's great to have Josh Allen. He finishes 1, 2, 3 in the fantasy as a fantasy quarterback. It's well worth the money. He's going to give you those 20, 25, 30, 40-point weeks. And again, you spend an extra $7, $8 for an Allen rather than a Mahomes. I think it's kind of worth it because again, you could have, that $7 really sometimes doesn't even make a big difference. Let's see what Jaden Daniels goes for. $9 here, 14, 16, 17, 18. All right. Does he get up to 20? Doesn't look like it. So, okay, 19. 20. Okay. Again, kind of the last guy of the tier, a little bit, a little bit below Lamar and Allen, obviously. But Daniels could, he has room to be the QB1. That's certainly in the cards. But again, I mean, I love Jaden Daniels. I had him last year. I drafted him last year. I'll be drafting him again this year. But still, it's just, he's had 1 year in the NFL. So is he? I would say he's ready. He's gonna continue to produce statistically. I guess the one knock on that you could say, or the one doubt maybe you could have is he durable? And he was a little bit banged up last year. Remember, he got hurt in that Panthers game. And this is kind of better the way I did this draft because now I could talk more because I'm not going to be bidding on a lot of these guys anyway. But he got hurt in that Panthers game. He had that run, hurt his collarbone or whatever it was, his shoulder. And I think he was out like 1 week maybe. And then he came back and he just wasn't the same. Like that game against Philly early on, he just was throwing a lot of dirt balls. You could tell his shoulder was messed up. Took him about a month to get healthy. And then once he got healthy, he got back to, who Jaden Daniels was, and he finished so damn strong. So that's the one knock. So, when you're drafting a first year quarterback that smashes and totally relying on him in the second year could be a little bit of a risk. So if it's a big money league, maybe that's something you don't want to do. If it's a best ball league or, a smaller money league, it's something I think you feel better about. But if, you're like at a real, you're throwing $500 down as an entry, or maybe $1,000 as an entry. And I've been burnt on that in the past, in bigger leagues where I've bet on quarterbacks who didn't have so much of a track record, like CJ Stroud last year, like Jordan Love last year, who had nice rookie, seasons in the NFL or first year seasons in the NFL, like Stroud did. Jordan Love, obviously was his first year starting a couple of years ago because he sat behind Rodgers. But then the year after, they just kind of disappoint. So that's possible. But Daniels has that rushing upside, which kind of keeps him safe. Same thing with Bo Nix. So even if Bo Nix regresses as a passer, or they kind of figure out the Peyton system, but again, they added Pat Bryant, they added Evan Ingram. Bo Nix is bought into that system. Peyton is kind of he's, I guess you could say he's pretty much a mastermind, an offensive mastermind in the NFL. So it feels pretty damn safe with Bo Nix, especially with that rushing upside. But again, injury concerns too with him, I guess. That's the one thing about Josh Allen. Like, he never misses games. Lamar, he does have a little bit of an injury history. That's been his concern. He's kind of killed you as a fantasy asset because in the fantasy playoffs, he wasn't showing up. So now I got to look for values because ETN, again, it was like the one nice value there that I could have snatched on. These are all pretty much high-priced guys now that I'm just going to have to pass on. I mean, I could go after Bucky, but he's probably going to get into 31 is doable, but that would really kind of. I got to get a receivers at this point. I could put him in my flex spot, obviously, but yeah, I need receivers. We put Drake in there. We put Ladd in there. AJ. I mean, there's a ton of receivers left. Devontae, JSN. You know, Rashi's probably a guy maybe I could look at here. You know, even with a 6-game suspension, possible max. I mean, I guess it could go up to 8, but everybody's kind of expecting 4. I think it could go to a 6 though. But if he gets discounted to like a maybe like under $15 or something, that's something I could look at. But again, there's a lot of receivers here, and I feel like I could fill my roster and put a pretty strong receiving room out here, especially after people start to spend their money. And here comes Rashee Rice. So let's see how much he goes for. He's already up to 10, 11. All right, so forget about it. He's already up to 20. So yeah, I don't want to spend that much. I can't really afford to do it because I need guys who are going to start right away. And I can't, if he gets a 6-game suspension, I can't really be spending a load on him. So I was hoping for 15. He goes for 23. Let's throw Josh Jacobs out there. I don't need any more running backs. Next time you know what? Next time when I throw out a player, I'm gonna try to see if I can get a good value on a guy that I want to target. Maybe we'll throw Tucker Kraft out there. If I get Tucker Kraft for like $6 or something like that, I'll take it. Oh shit! Didn't see Joe here. Joe, what's up, man?
You were killing it, man. You were in the zone. I was listening. No,
Yeah,
so
because it's the auction, so I can't really. I gotta fucking
yeah,
pay attention over here. You know how it
I
is.
was just I was just telling my wife. I was like, she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm waiting for Steve to bring me on stage if he ever sees me because he's in an auction." Yeah, no, I did
Yeah,
my
man.
first one. I figured it wasn't too long. It was the other night. It was like 2 or 3 days ago. And I learned some things.
What you
and
did? You did this? You did NFC?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, awesome, awesome, nice.
I had Billy Wasowski feasted in that one. By the way, he built a really good team.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I learned some things, but I don't hate my team. I just towards the end of the draft, towards the end of the auction, I should say,
Yeah.
I noticed that you want to have some sort of a maximum bid. You don't want to make it so that you can't bid on anybody towards the end. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
I had too many roster spots to fill, not enough
Oh
money
yeah.
left. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. You don't want to kind of do that. Otherwise, it's gonna be all like dollar guys. And
yeah, and like I said, I don't hate my team, but I
yeah.
could
How
have
did,
done
who did you end up with?
Let me give me a second. I'll bring it up. I overspent on McBride, but it was the build that I was going, like, I wanted to get McBride. I don't know why. I had that going in. I probably should have backed off because I did push him all the way up to 35, and then I ended up taking. I think got him for 36. But let me just double check that.
And how much did Bowers go for? Do you remember? Because he went
32, I think.
okay. Yeah.
Or
So
maybe
that's so I was talking about that earlier. So that was like the last guy of the tier, kind of, because it's Bowers McBride a little bit. How much did Kittle go for? Did he go like in the 20s or?
I can't remember. I think I can look it up, right? I can probably bring up the board. Give me a minute.
Yeah, because sometimes that last guy in that tier, he always gets a little bit overpriced. But you can still make it work. It's not like you're getting a bad player. And sometimes, I mean, you said you needed the money, but sometimes you don't need the money. So
Kittle went for 20.
Okay, so there you go. So you probably would rather have Kittle for 20, right?
Yeah,
16 bucks cheaper, yeah.
yeah.
But if you do a couple of these, then whatever. It
Like
is
I
what it
said,
is.
I learned some things.
Yeah, yeah.
The
There
next
you
time
go. There you go.
I had a pep talk from Drew Davenport. Drew, the auction guy, the
Yeah, yeah,
auction, he
yeah.
does the auction brief.
Lawyer,
He
lawyer.
gave, yeah, he gave me a little pep talk. I DM'd him like 45 minutes before the draft. I was like, I don't know if you're gonna. I hope you respond, but and he did. He took the time and give me a few keynotes, which I kind of stuck to. Um, I was more worried about just the whole experience because I've never actually clicked the buttons before and done an auction, like legit. All these years of playing, I'd never done an auction. So, for the longest time, I was just a traditional redraft guy. I'm only 3 years in Dynasty, and now that was my first auction. I'll probably do another one. They were definitely fun. I will say that. I had a good time.
Yeah, no, it's definitely fun. You feel like you're riding a roller coaster. It's more action packed. Towards the end, the beginning is fun. Towards the end, it gets boring because you don't have any money left and you got to wait for everybody. Then that's when it gets boring, and you still got to pay attention because you still want to get your dollar guys. You're just kind of wait. It's a waiting game, but the beginning is fun. It's almost like a high. You start out high and then you go to a low at the end.
All right, yeah.
But
So I got Bijan for 57. That was my big spend,
nice.
and McBride for 36. Those were my two big spends. I got Xavier Worthy, Devonta Smith, and George Pickens for 20, 17, and 19.
Okay.
Jaden Reed for 6.
Nice.
Jordan Mason for 8. My quarterbacks: J.J. McCarthy for 2, Kyler Murray for 6, Bryce Young for 1.
Yeah, that sounds nice, man. It sounds like
It's
a lot of good players, a lot of good depth.
DeAndre Swift 15, Braylon Allen 3, Slayton, Restrepo, Chig, and Elijah Moore were my 4 last-minute dollar picks. And I scored Taj Brooks for $1 too.
Okay. All right. Yeah, where I like Restrepo, man, for a buck. I feel like he could be like a Cole Beasley for Cam Ward. You know?
And $3 for Kyle Williams.
Oh,
Which
nice. I like
which
that.
Billy charged. I was like, I put the bid in for $1, and I was like, I know Billy's gonna go to 2 because he was doing it to everybody in the room. Like he's really good at the auctions, man. I was
Yeah.
watching what he was doing, so I was learning. That's kind of why I joined it. He's like, "Come join." He's like, "Come join." I like fresh blood, and I was like, "Yeah,
Fresh
I'm gonna fucking join and watch everything that you did, and then just learn and do it back to you the next time I play against you." No,
Yeah.
no, but what he navigated that auction really good. So
They're
I learned a
they're
lot.
doing a live auction up there in New York, right?
They do, yeah. I think it's a
Yeah.
1,500 buy-in, I believe.
Yeah, I gotta try to get up there again. I always go up to New York early, but maybe I'll bounce back next year and try to get up to that bar, man. Because that sounds like a great time and get into one of those drafts.
You should come this year because who knows if it's not a thing. Like every year, the rumor is it ain't going to be a thing next year. So I don't know.
I heard, yeah, that's what I heard a couple of years ago. It was going to
Yeah.
stop.
But we have a dedicated player who stepped up and offered up his business and facility. And from what I hear, the food is really good. So
Nice. Yeah, man. Next year, you know what I got to do? My wife, like, she loves concerts. So if I could find a concert up there, maybe me and her will take a trip up to get somebody to watch the kids, and we'll both pop up there. Um, but my first draft ever, I was saying, I don't know if you heard, my first draft ever when I was 14 or 15, when I started, 97 was an auction keeper. So that's the way I started fantasy. So that's the first thing I ever did. Like the first like 5, 6 years of playing fantasy was just auctions for me. And I had Terry Allen, Michael Jackson, and John Elway. I remember those 3 guys I had.
Marvin Harrison for 24, 25. Let me see what he went for over here. I wouldn't pay that much for him.
Nah. Right now, I'm just looking for values. So what I'm going to do here is, I was saying before, I'm going to throw out a player that I feel like maybe I like that I'm going to get kind of cheap. Throw them out now rather than when like people have money towards the end of the draft and they'll be able to outbid me. So I'm going to throw out Tucker Craft and see if I can get him for
What's
like
up, Jamie? I just saw the
$2.
chat. Jamie in the chat.
Let's see how much I get him for. 2, or I'll bid 3. 4. Okay. Maybe I'll go 5. I'm not going to spend any more than that though. All right. So I like it. Yeah. So what I'm saying is I throw them out now rather than later, and somebody has like $30 left and I have 7, and he had his roster is basically filled or whatever. He just needs a tight end or something, and he'll put 20 up, just outbid me, So this way I get him for 5 now, but he may have gone for 5 anyway, but maybe he goes for 8, 9 later. But I need receivers. I mean, I have no receivers yet. I have $73, 58 max bid. And obviously I want to get, but there's a lot of guys left. So I got to start spending my money on some receivers soon.
Let the prices go down a little more. That's one thing I noticed. You don't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they will. They will for sure. Because everybody spends their money, their rosters start to fill. So you could definitely get some good values. It's just that I probably won't get any true studs unless I really, really spend up, which I can't really do because my backfield is just
spent half
of my salary. Yeah,
I saw that. I was looking while I was waiting. I was like, "Damn, he spent $105 on 104 on 2 RBs."
101, yeah.
Was it 101?
Yeah. But again, you can't get that combo in a draft, so that's why you do an auction,
With Josh Allen. What else? And is that all you got?
That's it. And then I have Tucker Craft for $5. So how did that show go today? I watched maybe 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, it was good. It was really fun. We went an hour and 10 minutes at female poker player Lily Lotfi from Boston, East Boston to be exact. It is great highlighting her because she's relatively unknown and she's been killing it. So it was definitely a fun show. Good interview. Check it out. Sports Affiliation YouTube channel.
Yeah, 100%. Check that out. Jamie says, "What's up, Joe?" He says, "Why is the budget 181, not 200?"
That's the max bid.
That's the max bid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my max bid, Jamie, is $58, and I have $73 left total.
Which means you take the difference between 73 and 58, and that's how many roster spots you have open still.
Right. All right. So let's see how much Lad goes for here. I'm expecting probably at least 30s somewhere. Yeah, there he goes. $30 already.
Yeah, you're not getting one of those guys.
I could, yeah, but I'd really restrict myself. I got to get creative with the receivers for sure. But I think I can figure it out.
Let me see what I got for this. One that I like is Jaden Higgins went for $3.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Igbuka $9.
How much did Judy go for?
Jacoby Myers $9. Jerry Judy $13.
Not bad. Olave, Jennings.
Pittman is 10. Juwan Jennings is 14. I mean, every auction is different, I suppose, but
yeah, but it should be similar range.
What else? Who else did you say? There's one that I didn't get.
Olave.
Olave, yeah. Right there, $10. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's his average year. Shows. Yeah, we'll see how we could.
Hollywood Brown $3.
That's nice.
Stephon Diggs, $9.
So what's the deal with Diggs so far in camp? Have you been hearing anything? I mean, he's still not. He's probably not going to be. Obviously, he didn't hit the pup, but there's a chance he might not play week 1. But they're expecting him back, right?
I think that when he's on the field, he's going to be producing like an animal because Drake May is going to be good, and the offense is gonna gel. I think the offense gels as the season goes on, but Drake May's been dropping buckets, and I've seen some videos.
But he's not expected to miss time, or that's still up in the air.
I mean, I know it's just training camp, but I think they look pretty good. Well, I don't. So he's active, but like he's not. I don't know. I don't know what they want to do as far as week 1. I'm hearing maybe week 1. So it's all positive things. All positive things about Stephon Diggs.
I know I've heard a lot of good things about Kyle Williams.
Yes, him too. Both of them. And
he's supposedly tearing up camp and schooling Moss and Christian Gonzalez and
yeah. I mean, again, it's only training camp, but they look good. Kyle Williams looks good. Even Demario Douglas looks good. So
yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, like, if you like a guy, and you're before training camp, and you liked him on tape or whatever, his analytics or both, and then he starts producing at camp, it's like, you almost like got to, feel really, really excited, especially when he's beating guys like Christian Gonzalez. You got him for $3 in this auction, so I think I'm going to go after him in this draft too. Maybe I'll throw him out next, actually. See how much I get him for.
And I could have got him cheaper because he didn't get nominated until the way end, and Billy charged me an extra $1 because he was in position to do that shit. Yeah,
he was personally messing with you a little bit, I think.
No, he was doing it to everybody. I was watching what he was. He knows what
he
was. He's like I said, he was a good auction player.
Yeah, make him spend a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen what he was doing. That's why I said I'm going to pay attention.
The worst is when you're trying to get a kicker for like $1 and somebody bids $2. And you're like, let me just get the hell out of here, bro. You got to bid $2 on the kicker.
All right, time to pick another kicker. I guess that's what I was thinking. Yeah. I'm like, if I don't get him, I'll just pick another kicker. Like,
I know, but the problem is then you got to wait another freaking round. Like it's just same with the defenses.
One of the things Drew told me, he's like, absolutely do not spend more than $1 on a kicker and more than $1 on a defense. I was like, got it.
Yeah, no, I rarely do that. Maybe once in a while, I've spent like 2 on a defense or 2 on a kicker, but very rarely. Yeah, you kind of want to try to save as much as you can at any point, but sometimes it doesn't really matter. Oh shit, I wanted to throw out Kyle Williams. All right, I'll throw out James Cook. Get some money out there. Next round, I'll throw out Kyle Williams. James Cook is.
Let me ask you, Steve. Do you ever put a bid in that's not $1?
Yeah, I mean, you could do that too, but either way, it's going to get bid up regardless. So it's like, I don't think it really matters. I mean, the only downside of that is like you could put up I guess you could make a mistake and put a higher bid than normal, and then you get stuck with the guy.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like I could start at 10, I could start at 20, because obviously he's going to go higher than that. But I just throw it out for $1 anyway and let the market take care of it.
No, but like if you start the bidding at 5 and kind of indicate, like maybe I'm interested in this guy, and maybe it creates an aggressive bidding war and you charge people more. I was just wondering if like you think like that at all.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it really makes a difference, because I feel like the mark, like either way, the market is just somebody is going to be out there that just puts them up to the proper price regardless. But I don't know. I just kind of just throw it out just to get the guy out, and that's it.
Right. No, I know that. That's another thing I was told to do, is just do everything $1 when you nominate a guy. And
I just bid 19. I just bid 19 on JMO. Let's see if I get him.
Nice.
Oh shit. All right, I'll go 21. Because I gotta get one guy that's a little bit different that could have a big time fantasy year. And I feel like it's a decent value. All right, so I got JMO for 21. So I have $52 now, 38 max bid. But again, I think JMO, Mount Raj is so damn solid every single year. It's going to be hard to overtake him. But I think we haven't seen the best season from JMO yet. So hopefully it
No,
comes this year.
I agree.
Yeah, and he's crazy talented. So
I think he's the closest thing we've seen to Randy Moss since Randy Moss.
right, with his speed, I agree, man. He's definitely different. I'm actually going up to Jaguars camp on Tuesday. Gonna go check that out, and so that's gonna be kind of cool. I'm gonna try to do some little bit of recording up there, and maybe do a little bit of a report up there while I'm up there. I'm interested to see what Hunter's doing, and Tootin is a guy I'm kind of getting a little bit more interested in now. So I want to check him out, and then obviously get to watch Brian Thomas. So it's actually a pretty cool team to watch. So gonna go up there and check them out. I was gonna go to Bucks camp, but they only have like 3-4 days to the public. Jaguars camp is like almost every day. Same with the Dolphins, but it's gonna be too hot. Actually, it's gonna be hot as hell up in Jacksonville when I go. I think it's like 100. But yeah, I'd rather go see Jacksonville than Miami. So it should be fun.
See how the Lamb Cohen offense looks.
Yeah, 100%. A couple of years ago, we were driving back from Jersey. I stopped to see the Panthers camp in Bryce Young's rookie year. And, I got to watch Bryce Young, and I remember watching who's the dude that the Cowboys traded for like the 4th round pick. No, the receiver. What the hell?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, right?
not Leggett. Is it Leggett? No, not
No,
Leggett.
no,
The
not
guy
like
before Leggett. The guy before Leggett.
Yeah, I don't know. His name's
What is his name?
escaping me right now. But I remember watching him in camp, and I was like, this guy looks kind of slow, and I don't know. He was big and physical, but also too, I remember looking at Hayden Hurst and
Why is it?
Terrence. Who the hell is that freaking receiver they draft? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, man. Terrence Williams. He was a freak, but he never panned out either. I think he was a 1st or 2nd round pick for the Panthers. Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Wow. Pollard for $8. All right, I'll go for 9. Although, all right, whatever. I need receiver. Oh, there he goes for 10. All right, I'll let Pollard go. I have so much Pollard anyway. I'll let him go. I want to start getting.
I was going to say why. You need to
because I feel like it's a good value for Pollard. I feel like anything under 10 for $8, I feel like it's pretty solid for a starting running back with Cam Ward. I feel like he's gonna have a big year. But I do want to start getting some of these rookies. Like I got to start getting more Caleb and RJ Harvey.
I actually like Tajay a little bit this year not more than Pollard, but I think he's going to be a factor more, and I think that's going to hurt Pollard.
That's what they're saying. They want to kind of.
I think so. He looked pretty good towards the end of the year last year. Like they wanted to use him. It's just all about him holding up because we all know his thing is.
Yeah, he's been banged up. He has like no ACL either. Like so I don't know if I would. Like I think Spears might be a little bit overhyped, but yeah, I mean they're talking about kind of taking pressure off Pollard, so that could kind of hurt him. But then again, you think about last year, like he had 1,000 yards and like 7 touchdowns, and he caught like 30, 40 balls with Will Levis. Yeah. So it should get better with Cam Ward.
I had him last year. I was in on him last year. He was a good value in drafts. It was seventh, 8th round. I think I got him in the 8th round in a lot of drafts.
And he looked healthier last year too. He kind of looked like the old Tony Pollard. Because he had that freaking fibula that last year on the Cowboys. He didn't look the same. Man, there's so many receivers just still sitting out here. The receivers. I mean, McLaurin. I mean, I can't spend much anymore, but there's a ton of
Where
receivers left.
what do you got left? 52, 38 max bid. So you got
Yeah.
14 roster spots.
Yeah. If you do another one of these, let me know, man. Maybe we'll do one together. But it is long. It's this could go.
Yeah.
How long did your auction go?
Can you would you be able to do it together? I mean, where I guess I suppose you can. There's no.
Yeah, why not? It's just like
yeah,
being at a live auction. What's the
yeah,
difference, right?
yeah.
There's no difference. I don't. But it could go like 3 hours, I guess. But I
Yeah,
guess
it's whenever it's over. I mean, yeah.
yeah, worthy for 17. That's not bad. But I don't know. I
You're
don't know.
gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to hit some of those names that I said earlier. Try to pay up for what do you have? Did you get it? You don't have one yet, right? Or you got Jameson Williams for 21.
Yeah, 21.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what I was saying before when I built my best auction team last year. I only did 2 of these. Shit, I keep missing out. They're all Camara. I got Brian Thomas for $8, and I think Ladd for like 11 or something. And that like catapulted my team. So, that's going to be kind of rare to do. I probably won't be able to pull that off again, but when you spend early on studs, it's kind of what you need to do. You need to hit on some of these rookies or guys that are kind of being forgotten about because of injury or whatnot.
So, if I was you, I would wait to nominate Kyle Williams as long as possible because he went really late, and that's why it was only $3. I think if you nominate him now, you probably pay like 5 to 7.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I was just kind of experimenting with it.
No, I know that. I'm just. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. You probably you could still get him.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like $3 is not bad. So, like you said, you waited long and got him for $3. That's fine. Yeah, you're right. Devontae for 17. Oh, that was nice.
and
See?
it was largely because 7 or 8 other players teams didn't have more than $1 bid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's look at some of these builds now. You see that?
Yeah, I could see it.
So, anything stick out to you there?
Let's see. We got Burrow, Brown, Jacobs, Higgins. We got a Cincinnati stack with Kenneth Walker at flex. 3 solid running backs. Baker Mayfield, Taylor Connor. Nothing really special about that one. 3 good wide receivers, obviously, but
This team is team 5 is pretty nice.
ordinary. Team 5, McCaffrey with Lamar. Like a little late for the pick to go away. Puka, Evans. I don't think I like Evans for 26. I think I'm picking somebody different for 26.
It's not. I feel like that's not bad. Maybe a little overpriced, but seems okay.
Amon-Ra 43. That seems high, no? Well, maybe it's about
Team
right.
Team 1 is nice. Baker, Taylor, Connor, Thomas, McConkey, Worthy. Pretty good little combo there. I mean, Thomas, McConkey, Worthy is something you can get in a regular draft. Maybe not with Taylor though. You couldn't probably get all 3 of those guys. Bijan, Bowers. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see how these things shape out.
JSN, Kamara, Devon. I like that a lot. I don't know why they wouldn't go get Hurts though. How much would Hurts go for? 15. Team 12 is good. Yeah,
15. Yeah.
Team 12 looks good.
Yeah.
I'm in on the Hurts Devonta Smith stack this year. I don't know why I did it. I think the dynamics of the offense are gonna not change completely, but kind of like shift a little bit because of how much volume.
Is this true, dude? Do you see this? Or is this just false advertising?
I don't know. Let me think of people.
That is gonna change everything for sure. And then Kirk Cousins, yeah, I mean, that would be the only solution, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen any. My phone's not next to me, so I don't know. Joe will confirm that real quick. Matthew Stafford out for the season. Let's see if that's true or not. Philly OG, where did you see that, man? That is crazy if true. Fake news?
I don't know. I'm reading the this one's from 24 hours ago, so I don't know. I don't see anything newer than that.
Let me see. Bo Nick's going. I saw they were keeping him out because of a back injury, back soreness. So I don't see anything.
He's just all I'm seeing is he's not practicing.
Yeah, I don't know. That can't be confirmed yet. So what's your source there, Philly Mike, on the Stafford news? Because we don't see anything.
Breaking.
RJ Harvey. How much is he going for? I think, man, I'm starting to really come on to RJ Harvey now. I know everybody and their mother was on to him early. I was like, maybe. But yeah, I like him. I'm gonna start getting him now. But I need receivers, so I can't get him.
Set to miss further time. Head coach Sean McVay expects him to be available to play in week 1 still.
Okay.
That's all I'm seeing.
So there's a little bit of news. They're not out for the season, but
I mean, unless it's really new, but I'm not seeing it. I think I would have got a notification already of some sort.
I got to do an experiment here and maybe throw out a player that I want. I'm going to throw out Tootin. See how much I get him for. Actually, I'm going to throw out a receiver. Let me not throw out a running back.
He got bidded up a little, not a lot, but like it's. I think I want to say $5 or $6. I closed out my screen already, but I remember thinking maybe I can get him cheaper, and he just kept going up a little bit. It might have even been 7.
Tootin, $7.
What's his average? Does it say?
It says 2. It says 2 here.
Yeah, but recently with all the ETN talk about him being traded and whatnot, or being phased out.
I'm gonna throw out Keon Coleman and see how much I can get him for. And get him a little stack with Josh Allen. I don't want to spend any more than like $5 for him though. Shit, here, let's see.
You want to bring up the
oh yeah, let me bring that back.
The auction back. Yeah.
Here we go. See, I could throw 4. I'll throw out 4. I was gonna throw out 5, but I don't know if I needed to do that. Oh, this bastard. All right, I'll throw 6 on him. That's it, though. All right, Keon for a little Allen stack, not bad. So I got 2 receivers there. $46, 33 max bid. Here comes Olave. You said he went for 10 in your draft, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Looks like he's going for more in this one. It's not bad, actually. Shit. I was going to bid on him. Whatever. I'd rather have Shaheed for cheaper, I think. Right? Give me Shaheed for $2 or $3, whatever. I'm fine
What
with that.
happened? What happened? Did he go up? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, he went for $10. Same thing as yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'll take Shaheed for $3, whatever. I always get Shaheed.
What you get Keon for?
6.
That's not bad.
How much did he go for in yours?
Same?
Probably maybe a little less or the same.
I don't know why I closed it.
Although he got a little hype today because of the camp. I saw some reports like him and Allen are creating a rapport. So that could have changed things a little bit.
Well, I think that outside of Kincaid, because he's a tight end that's going for basically free in drafts, is really the only other pass catcher worth taking. I mean, Shakir is like Shakir, but like Shakir don't have no ceiling, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean he could, but I think it's tough in general for most of these guys. I feel like Allen just likes to spread it around, and then they run the ball so damn much, and they throw their backs a lot too. So yeah, it is tough for one of these guys to really be a true stud, I think. But yeah, I guess Keon, since where they drafted him, he probably has the most upside of all of them. If he could really kind of just continue to develop, but we'll see. But $6, not bad. So what do you got planned, man? I mean, you got when's New York? That's not till September, right?
August 29th.
Oh, okay. And then you're going to the expo, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice. That's coming up. That's coming up in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, August 7th. We leave that Thursday morning. We have a Thursday morning
flight.
Oh,
yeah, that's very soon.
To Cleveland, and then we're gonna drive from Cleveland to Canton. Maybe check out Cleveland. Maybe check out Cleveland a little bit for.
I've been to Cleveland. I worked the whole summer out there. I was driving 8 hours from Jersey, and I'd spend like a week out there, and then come back, and then go back the next week. It's pretty cool. You know, I went to an Indians game. I didn't go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that's something to check out, I guess, if you're there.
Yeah, man, I would love to catch a baseball game. That's my favorite team outside of the Red Sox.
So, the Indians?
I love them, man. I was invested in the '95 team that lost to the Braves big time. So, I really wanted them to win. And then
Albert Bell, Carlos Baerga.
Dude, Manny Ramirez was he batted 7th. Jim told me.
Jimmy told me that is a sick line. Kenny Lofton, yeah.
Manny batted 7th. I was like, I can't believe they got this guy at 7th. Like the whole season, they never moved him either. Like they had Baerga 3rd, I believe, and then he signed with the Red Sox. So I was like, damn, that year they signed Manny and Pedro. I was like, damn, they got the 2 best players like ever on free agency. But they finally pulled usually that was the Yankees doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, Manny was so freaking good, man. He was such a great hitter. I used to love to watch Manny. What do you think about CC, man? Where you were kind of root for, he won with the Yankees.
Yeah, he had that big season with Cleveland.
Yeah.
He was good. I liked him.
Yeah,
even though he was a Yankee. Yeah, he was a good pitcher.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah,
eat up a lot of innings and give you quality stats.
Have you ever been up there, Cooperstown?
No.
Oh, you got it. You got to go, man. So it's like a magical place, kind of. It's like the Football Hall of Fame. So that's where you're going. You've been there before. This is your first year at the Expo?
No, this is my first year.
Oh yeah. The Football Hall of Fame, I think, is better, but the location is like it's right off a highway. But the actual Hall of Fame is better, I think, than the Baseball Hall of Fame. But the location of the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown is like right on a beautiful lake, like an old historic village. It's just like you can't be beat for where they put it, like in the middle of like the Catskill Mountains in New York. It's just like it's so awesome. So yeah, you got to go up there, man. It's probably not too far from you. Maybe like I don't know, 3-hour drive, 4-hour drive. So
It's
actually,
well,
I
it's
may go up. I may go up there next year or the next year or two. So maybe we can meet up or something. I don't know. Figure it out.
I
But
think it's longer than a 4-hour drive for me. I can look it up right now. Let's see.
5-hour.
I'm gonna look. I remember I've gone to Niagara Falls on my way to Toronto. I've seen the Hockey Hall of Fame. My dad took us out there when I was 11.
Wow, that's in
We
Toronto,
seen,
the Hockey Hall of Fame.
yeah, we stopped in Niagara. We saw Niagara Falls, and then we went to Toronto. I see Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto. Those three
Nice.
cities.
Yeah, I've been to Niagara Falls, but I've never been to Montreal or any of those cities. You got the Basketball Hall of Fame there too in Springfield. I
Oh,
was there.
yeah.
I was there
Four,
once years ago.
4 hours and 9 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, so it was like I remember it was like 3 hours from my house in Jersey, so a little bit further for you, but yeah, it's a great drive. You drive through all farmland and shit.
Yeah,
There's
yeah. It's nothing but farm. I've
yeah.
I've made that drive before. I remember. Yeah.
Godwin for 7. Interesting. This is like a guy I should take a shot on here, almost.
That's cheap. Actually,
Yeah.
he went for more in mine. He went for 11.
Yeah, I probably should have took a shot on him there. How much did Addison go for with his suspension? It says average 10.
Let's see, draft. Addison went for 10. Yeah, 10.
10. Judy, 12. Shit.
Judy's 13. Yeah.
I got to spend up on one of these receivers. I can't be playing around anymore. I might have to go up to Juwan Jennings.
What about
Um,
Debo? You're
yeah,
not in that.
Debo, I could get him. He's 9 here. Pearsall's a guy that I like. I'll take him for 8.
Let me see what Debo went for here. Why can't I find him? Did he get? He must have been. He must have been nominated late. Let me see.
Think I spent too much on Tucker Craft. The port is going for 6. Oh, 7. It's pretty good for the Porta.
He went.
7
Yeah,
bucks.
yeah. He went for 11 in this one.
The Porta.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at 8 now. Looks like he's going up. 9,
Oh,
10.
Debo went to 12.
Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I have never been to the expo. I'm thinking, I don't know, like I feel like I need to get to New York. I feel like I need to get to Vegas for a draft, and the expo. So I don't know how I'm gonna work it all out. But I'm gonna do one of those next year for sure.
Nice. Gotta come up to New York for the high stake draft.
Yeah, I feel like I should do that. We'll see because we usually come. I don't know what we're gonna do next summer because we like to go to New Jersey Shore every year and go see our friends and family. But we always come up early, and the kids go back to school August. They go back earlier here. They go back August 12th. So
Wolf.
yeah, but
What?
they get out before Memorial Day. So that's the thing,
Yeah.
They
Oh,
get
that's
out
pretty
early,
cool.
they go back later. They get out early, they go back earlier. But yeah, so I got to figure it out. All right, let's see what Hawkinson goes for. I might bid on him actually. Shit, he's going up 6. All right, I'll take my Tucker Craft for 5. Although Hawkinson for 8 is not bad. He's going up. Caleb Johnson, man, I'm starting to really come on to him. I like him. I want to start getting more of him. I like his game. I don't know how much he's going to go for here. It says average of 10, but again, I only have 2 running backs, so obviously I need some depth there. We got to see how I'm going to fill this out.
$10, yeah, $10. That's actually a good price.
Yeah, it's not bad. Ooh, 2 for Chig. Maybe I shouldn't have did that, but I like Chig.
What do you got? Your max bid is $2 now.
No,
no,
no.
32.
32. Yeah, I got Chig. I got Chig for $2 as my second tight end.
See, you're in good position right now. That's where I went wrong.
Yeah, you got to spend early and then kind of get a little bit safe. You
Right.
you can't get because what happens is if you spend too much for that third player, you bust your cap, and then you're like, oh shit, it's like too much stars and scrubs. You don't want to go overly on that stars and scrubs thing. But I need to get another receiver. I feel like I need one more solid receiver. Debo, Pearsall, Jennings, Addison. Bid 6 for Addison. He's going to go for like 10, like he did in your draft, probably. Oh, Will I get him for 6? Oh shit! I'll go 8.
8's good though.
Yeah, I might get him for 8. All right, I'll take that. That's good. I mean, I need more receivers though, but I'll take it. $36, 25 max bid. I'm not going to get Khalil because I have Keon. Oh. And when do your kids go back to school? I guess don't they start to go back a little bit earlier up north now too? I heard like they're going back like towards the end of August now.
It's usually like
Beginning
after
of
Labor
September.
Day, yeah, or just before. It's like like half of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they have all Labor Day off, and then they sometimes start that week early and use the 3 days as like a settling in and learning everybody's names, the teachers, and all that, and then they go back after Labor Day, and that's when it really starts, basically.
Pete is in the room. Says hi.
Pete. He always just says hi. That's it. Nothing else.
I know he said hi. Hey guys, look at these guys. Something like that. Pete's grinding out in the fantasy streets, player profiler, and his own channel. Now with Hoff at First Read Fantasy. So go check him out there. Lots of good info, lots of passionate stuff going on there for sure.
Oh yeah, he's getting his Theo Greminger on over there. Good for you.
Theo Greminger.
Good for you, Pete, man. Good for you, man.
Theo's the best. I love listening to that guy.
Proud of you, Pete.
Yeah, Pete's doing well, man. Theo, I love listening to him on Fantasy Points. Some of those podcasts, I've been listening to like all of them. They're great.
He certainly knows how to get information out of the guests.
Oh yeah,
he's friggin' awesome. Yeah,
it's always a great listen.
He's really good at what he does for sure.
Yeah, and he's a high stakes player too, which is cool.
Yeah, you'll see him in New York if you go. He plays. He shows up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. All right, 11 for not this year, but next year. 11 for Jawan. I'm gonna wait and get Ricky Pearsall instead. Because I really haven't been getting a lot of Ricky Pearsall, so I'll get myself some. And he just came back to camp today, which is good news. So finally back from that hammy. Wasn't out long, maybe a couple of weeks, whatever. What I want to say, I forget. So I was going to ask you, how old are your kids?
10 and 6. My daughter's 10. My son is 6.
Oh, good. My oldest is 10, son, and then my middle son is 8, and my daughter's 4. So we got kids pretty close age, man.
Yes, sir.
When's your 10-year-old? What month?
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh wow, mine's May 6th.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
crazy right there, man.
Whoa. And I was on the set of Three Amigos, your favorite movie.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
got I
Go ahead
gotta
and
dig
send me
up.
that
I
picture.
gotta dig. I have to
Yeah.
dig. So it's in the. I literally is gonna take. I hope I find it right away. I have to go like sorting through the crate again, and hopefully it shows its face before I get too deep into it. But yeah, I'll dig out. There's like 2 or 3 pictures altogether. Picture of just the actors and stuff like that. They're old pictures too. They're like not like the shake one. It's the one before that. they're kind of like shaped, not oval, but like not rectangle either. I don't know how to describe that shape, but
I know what you're talking about. It's
yeah,
I know. It's like yeah, I know the exact frame. That's an old school frame. Yeah, no, definitely send it, man. I'm interested to see. I want to see if it's El Guapo or Fa.
nice.
His freaking right hand man there. Yeah, man, that movie's. I mean, you know, if you watch it now, it's a little dated, but still, there's still some hilarious parts in that movie for sure.
Yeah, I was 2.5. I remember. Yeah, I was 2.5. I looked up what year the movie was because I remember that trip like way vaguely. Um, I remember like being scared by like they have like a lot of Native Americans down in that area, and I remember my grandfather introducing me to one, and I was like terrified. So that I remember. I was 2.5 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Pete says Theo got him into Player Profiler. Sweet. That's cool. Yeah. Let's see. I think the 3 channels that I listen to, I mean, like the experts, like I always listen to Fantasy Points. I like now Theo's on. I even listen to him even more, but I kind of like Joe Dolan before and the Guru, and obviously established the run. I've been listening to freaking Silva for years on Roto World, and then I like listening to Dwayne McFarland. I think he brings a lot of good stats up and stuff. So those are kind of the 3 podcasts I listen to the most from like
Nice.
the mainstream,
All good
mainstream
choices.
fantasy
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, I mean, I think that they bring a lot of good info. All right, Evan Ingram. Diggs goes for 8. That's pretty good. Goff for $1. Dunze for $3. Caleb went for 11. I was bidding on him. But again, I'm kind of strapped here. And again, I need running back depth.
Oh, Dunze went for $3.
Yeah, that's
Did
pretty
you
good
get
value.
him?
No, I didn't get him. No, I'm not a Dunze guy. So
Damn,
it would
he
have been
went for
me. But yeah,
12.
that's a
He
good
was
value.
12.
Yeah.
He was 12 in mine than the one I did.
Look at Pearsall. Look at Pearsall going for freaking $6. People love Ricky Pearsall, man.
You get a lot of value on the wide receivers that
All
that
right.
are nominated at the end.
Give me Pearsall for 7, you bastards. Jawan Jennings went for 11. All right, I'll go 10 for Pearsall. That's the most I'm going. Oh my god, $11.
Let it go, let it go. You can get Jaden Higgins later for $10 cheaper.
Yeah, but
Has he been nominated yet?
no, not yet, not yet. I kind of wanted to get Pearsall. I got to get Debo now, but I feel like Debo is going to go for like 15 now. Watch, because he's like the last best guy.
Debo went for 12.
Yeah, maybe I'll get him for 12. If he goes for 12, I'll take him. 6. 8. 9. Beal wants him. Beal wants him. So we're in a little bit of a bidding war here. 10. Beal is coming. Jessica Beal. Okay. $10. All right, we got him. $10. All right, I'll take that. So $26, 16 max bid. Not bad. My receiver room now, JMO, Keon, Jordan Addison, and Debo. So I think it worked out with Tucker Kraft, Josh Allen, Gibbs, Saquon. Shit. Jacoby's up now. Looks like we're taking a break here in a few minutes.
Yeah, you get a 5-minute break. That's pretty cool. I'm like, damn, there's a break.
Yeah, no, you have to do it at an auction because you can never leave, So you got to give guys a break to go and take a piss or get a drink or whatever, do something. But I was saying, like, when you do a live,
you'll leave during a regular draft. I don't.
sometimes, yeah, like if I need to go to the bathroom or get a drink, yeah. I mean, not when I'm live streaming normally, unless I got to like turn on the fan or something. But
yeah.
But yeah, an auction, like I remember doing these live, like it was always cool. Like we'd order pizza, like everybody would go outside and get some fresh air and smoke a cigarette, whatever, drink a couple beers. It'd be like, that when it's alive, it's usually like a 20, 30-minute break. Here comes Rashid Shaheed. $3.
Pete wants to know how long they go. They can go up to 3 hours, Pete, but between 2 and 3 usually.
Yeah. Now they can go long. All right, we got Rashid Shaheed here. $4. All right. So Olave went for 10, like I said, or 11. I'll take Rashid Shaheed for $6 cheaper. I don't mind. And we're on a pause now. So let's bring up the board and we'll go over some of these teams through whatever it was. I don't know how many rounds we went. But so my team so far, Josh Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon, Allen for 21, Gibbs for 51, Barkley for 50, J-Mo for 21, Keon for 6, Addison for 8, Kraft for 5, Quanquo for 2, Debo for 10, and Shaheed for 4. And I got to get, kicker and a defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8 reserves left and a kicker and a defense. So 10 spots left and $22, 13 max bid there. Any teams stick out to you, Joe, now that you like the most after we kind of filled this in a little bit more? I think team 1, I'm liking Momola. I think he's done a good job with Pearsall, Hawkinson, McConkey, Thomas, Taylor, Mayfield, good value of $5.
I like it, but I worry about the running backs. I want to see who he gets for
True.
running back. Yeah.
True, the depth's going to be. Yeah, he's probably going to fill in with a bunch of those guys. Jarquez, probably. Brashard. He's going to go up to those guys, probably.
Yeah. Genty and Travion. Who else has he got for quarterback other than McCarthy? Team 3.
Nobody.
Does he get nobody else?
Oh, he's got Murray. He's got Murray for 5.
Oh, so he did what I did, only with Marvin Harrison instead of McBride. Okay.
That's pretty solid team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. He's got four decent wide receivers. I mean, Davis and Harrison, I worry. I mean, Harrison, I worry about his ceiling, inconsistency. Neighbors, I'm starting to like. I was like, he's obvious. Like, I think he's the best wide receiver in the league. He's there with Chase and Jefferson, I should say. I believe he's in that tier talent wise, but the Giants quarterback situation is. I worry about just the whole offense and just the whole team being a dumpster fire real bad this year, and I'm starting to get like a little shade towards Neighbors, like his like his ceiling. I don't know, or maybe his durability too comes into play.
He's got that toe injury, right? But he's back in camp. That could be a concern. But some people would say, like, he could get 200 targets this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If he stays upright for the entire 17 games, sure.
But I mean, he is ridiculously talented. I feel like I've gotten like hotter on Neighbors a little bit more this year, more so than last year. Um, so yeah, I don't mind getting some Neighbors, but yeah, I mean, you never know with Russ and the quarterback situation. But if Jameis steps in there, like if something happens to Russ, and Jameis steps in, that could be like unbelievable because he's just going to throw a million freaking 10,000 times to Neighbors. So I feel like the backups are pretty good there too. So if something happens to Russ, it might even improve, right? But yeah, I mean, the toe injury could be a concern.
Let's see what Team 12 did with the Bijan Bowers start. JSN, Devonta, Travis Hunter. I don't know if I like him as a 3.
Harvey's
Uh,
nice. Harvey's
yeah,
nice. Panic's not a. I mean, his quarterback plays a little bit, a little bit spotty there, but only spent $2 on his quarterbacks, and he can play matchups. Yeah, what do you think about Hunter? I mean, we've been talking about him a lot. $10. We don't know how much he's going to play on offense yet. We don't really have a great idea.
I want him as a flex. I
Mm,
mean, if he's going to be your wide receiver 3, then I'm assuming that your flex is a running back and a good one, not just like a RB3 that you're going to be forced to flex. Like make it like you started the draft with 3 good running backs. So like this guy here, the Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, 3 running backs like that. Then I'm okay with Hunter as a 3, but I like him more as a flex.
yeah, I think I agree with you on that actually. Of course, if you want to take a swing on upside with Hunter because he could go off because of how talented he is,
Right.
but I think you're right. I think ideally you probably want him as a flex.
He did stack it up with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's got Michael Penix, so he's going deep down the quarterback list and hoping they pay off. So, but I mean, Kamara, Bijan, and Bowers is a pretty good foundation.
There goes Pete's boy Josh Downs for $7. That's a good value.
This is
Uh,
straight. These are straight redraft, Pete. There's waivers and everything. It's blind bidding, and it's managed league.
this one is 150. That's the cheapest one, Pete. They have other ones too. I think they have like a 250 and a 500 and even like a. I think they might even have. I think what is the highest one? 500. That they all go into the same pool. It's just that the league prize will be bigger, but the overall prize will be the same of 15,000. But I think the highest one they have is 500. I think it goes 150, like 250, and 500.
So it's the top 4 make the playoffs for the league prize. You start with your league average, and it's a 3-week shootout.
Right.
The top 2 get into the overall playoffs, and that's I believe it's in this contest the 150. I believe it's 15K for first.
Right.
And
15K.
that's
Yeah.
also the same way. You start with your weekly average, and it's a 3-week shootout.
Right. And that's what happened to me last year. I did 2 of these. I won the one league, but I didn't finish top 2 during the regular season. So I didn't make the postseason round, but I won my league in the playoffs. But my team was ridiculous. Like if I would have made the postseason, I was adding it up. I would have had a top 5 team overall. But that's the thing. You got to finish top 2 during the regular season. So even though your team gets hot later on, you got to be consistent, throughout the year too. So, um, but yeah, won the league and but didn't do anything in the championship round, obviously. But it's a smaller pool too. I think the max is like almost 1,000 teams. Njoku for 4, not bad. Thielen for 2, Ferguson for 3, Cooper Cup for 3, Downs for 7. Ravens defense is up now.
Pete says, "Cool, hit him up. He's down the draft. Can we have teams in the same league?" I don't know what that
Yeah.
means. Does
Well,
that mean like
I
you
I
guys
think
being in the same league?
I think he's talking about like maybe 2 of us or 3 of us doing the same auction at the same time in the same league.
Oh,
Yeah, we could do that. Need a running back. There's a couple good guys left. Let's go with Cam Scatabo. I like him a lot. He's showing some flash in training camp too, catching some passes out of the backfield already. So maybe they're going to utilize him as a receiver too. I think maybe we can see a 50-50 split earlier than expected. We'll see. Christian Kirk, I think he's going to win the job over Noel in the slot there. What do you think? Come with the Texans?
Yeah, yeah, I say it for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so too. Some people like Noel more than Higgins, but
right.
I
I
don't.
think Noel's going to have to wait,
Yeah,
until Kirk
I agree.
misses time or they do something with him. But I don't. Yeah, I think Kirk is a perfect 3 slot role guy. You know,
Are you going after Kirk at all or no?
I can't say I am. I mean, but
Me either.
um, I like Jaden Higgins is the only guy I'm taking shots on, and of course Nico. I mean, but that goes without saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you don't get Drake London, you get Nico. Like, so
And you took Jaden Reed in your auction. Um,
I did for $6. Yeah,
what do you think about him? Do you think with Golden, there, do you think he's going to be the number one, or do you think it's
I I think with the uptick I think they're going to pass more this year. I think they kind of leaned on the run because of the injuries to Jordan Love, and I think Jaden Reed is a primary beneficiary if there's more passing volume out of all of them. Yes, I like Tucker Kraft too, but I like him because he's a tight end, not because he's a wide receiver. So you can get Kraft good late in drafts and cheap in auctions, and and he's going to return good tight end value. But I think Jaden Reed gets on. I don't want to say gets on the field more, but gets utilized more. I think they're going to move him around like they were, before his first initial injury, his rookie season. They were kind of doing a lot of stuff with him, moving him around the formations and creating, manufacturing touches for him. And I think that if the offense is flowing and Jordan Love is healthy and they put, they carry some momentum, Jaden Reed will have some spike weeks for sure. We know that he has multiple games with 30 plus points fantasy. So he has that spike week potential. I like him as a flex or a wide receiver 3 in a heavy running back build where you're flexing the running backs and you got good ones. But that's kind of where I'm at with him. I think he improves this year from last
Yeah,
year.
I think he's really, really talented. Last year was kind of crazy with Love, all those injuries. They had to run a little bit more. So, yeah, with Golden there, we'll see. But and then there's talking about Watson possibly coming back early, but Jaden Reed could lead that room. $6 he just went for. Tyler Warren just went for $2. I was going to bid on him. I missed out. I would take him for $3. I like that. I'd rather have him for $2 than Chig for $2. That's for damn sure. Jordan Mason for shit. I don't know if I wanted to do that. All right, whatever. All right, he went for 8. Okay, but I need more running backs. But I'm down to my max bids here. I can only bid 10. So I don't know if I want to blow my load on anything more than 5 at this point. We'll see. And Joe, whenever you want to hop off, man, feel free. This is gonna roll on, but
Yeah, I know.
I may go to like 11. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe longer. I don't know. We'll see how this draft goes. I just don't, if you feel pressure or anything.
It moves along towards the end. I know. Yeah, no, I'll hop off in like 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, whenever you want, man. If you want to stay as long as you want, I'd love to have you, bro. Darnell Mooney, he's a little bit banged up now with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, he's gonna miss multiple weeks. I saw after I was just talking him up. And like hours later, he got hurt.
Yeah, he's always kind of been a little bit injury prone. He's always a little bit banged up. I mean, he's
Yeah,
always missing time.
this
So
could be good for Kyle Pitts. Now,
Kyle Pitts, London as well. Bijan. Pete says that he says Scat's looking kind of nice, and he thinks he's going to get 60 to 65% opportunity share by mid-season.
I like it. I agree with it because they're gonna be taking a beating, and he can take a beating, and Tyrone Tracy can't. Plain and simple. That's kind of how I see it.
Right, and Tyrone Tracy was a receiver, right? He's more of a receiver. He was a receiver.
Yeah, he's gadget. Yeah, he's more of a gadget than a true running back. And,
I like Cam. I like getting him in these drafts. That's why I did that draft with Jay the other night, and I wanted to get him, and he stole him from me. And he took Tootin too, which is I want to get more Tootin now, but I thought those two picks, because he started kind of slow on his running backs, and he picked up those two guys. I thought that was pretty good. Matthew Golden for $3. That's pretty good. I could have. You know what? I'm gonna go after Jaden Higgins. Let's see what I get him for, because I really haven't gotten a lot of him. I want to start getting some of him. Trey Harris is a guy that's a pretty good value down here as well. Kyle Williams. I was going to throw him out earlier. Joe said to wait. So
yes.
You want me to throw him out now, or do you want me to wait a little bit longer?
Let me see. What are the max bids here? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean,
people.
Matthew Golden just went for $3. So
yeah. I think you could probably do it now. I just think you would have paid 6 or 7 when you were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, possibly.
Or more.
Let's see what I get him for. He's getting a little hyped up in camp now. So
listen, you know that he's a good wide receiver.
Yeah, I like him.
They finally picked a good one. We'll see how it turns out.
This guy's got some money, so he could spend here. But he didn't, so I get him for $3. All right. I like it. I like Kyle Williams. I did a couple dynasty drafts. I'm only in 3 dynasties. Usually I was only in 1, but I got him in 1 or 2 of those so far, and I really haven't been getting them in any managed leagues yet. So it's good to get him here.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. I'm in on the Patriots offense this year. I think Drake May is going to way outperform his ADP. And the only thing I'm worried about is him not, getting his head taken off. He did have a concussion last year, and I think he learned from it. But it doesn't mean that he's not going to put himself in another vulnerable spot. But hopefully he doesn't, and they keep him upright, because he's going to make the offense happen. I believe in the kid, and he runs around. He gets you points with his legs. And
especially now with McDaniels. I mean, he's got a proven offensive coordinator who's, and Vrabel. They're going to keep him stabilized. Yeah, I think the Patriots are in a good position. So I'm with you. Drake May is a good value at quarterback. There seems like there's a lot of good value at quarterback this year.
I seen a ranking. Somebody wrote out rankings and posted on XQB rankings, and they had Drake May at 19, and I was like, "Whoa,
that's low.
That's a little bit low." Yeah.
No, I would say he's higher. I think I saw that actually. I thought he had Fields at 12. I would have put Fields higher too. I think Fields top 10.
But it is a season-long ranking, so we'll see how it goes. But I think Drake May is definitely closer to 10 than 20.
Yeah, I agree. For sure. Especially since he's a runner. So, I mean, we know about running quarterbacks in fantasy. I mean, they just, even if they have a shitty passing day, they get 70 yards rushing and a touchdown, even if they throw for 150, 160, and it just helps their overall fantasy numbers, gets them to that 20-point range, which is a good fantasy day. All right, so let's see what I got so far. Rashad White. I know you like Rashad White. Let's see. Buck. $2. I don't know what it is. $2 is not bad for Rashad White. It's pretty good value right there. So far, I have three running backs and 6 receivers, 2 tight ends, and a quarterback. 6 reserve spots left, kicker defense. So 8 spots left, $8 max bid, $15 total. Isaiah Likely for $2. Got to grab a couple more running backs. I'm looking at Higgins here, Kincaid. I don't want to show my whole queue there, but I don't think anybody's watching here. But
Drake May was top 5 completion percentage when pressured last year.
Shit. There goes Higgins. $3, $4, $4. Yeah, I was about to bid 4. Shit. I was thinking about it too long. I should have just pressed 4, but I didn't. I don't know if I didn't really want to spend half my max bid on them, but I could have done it because we're getting to the very end here anyway.
Drake May was number 7 in rushing yards per game, despite only having 4 carries per game as an average. That's pretty good.
And their team was a mess last year. Their offensive line was terrible. The weapons were way worse.
Like to see him run. I think he runs more this year. A little bit more. Not a lot more, but a little bit more.
And what do you think about him? I mean, I really haven't watched. Hold on. Throwing out something here. Shit. Kincaid.
Stack him up?
Yeah, let's see. Am I going to get him for $1? Wow. I'll take that. Nice.
That is a nice scoop.
Sweet. Yeah, especially with the stack. I was going to say, I haven't watched. I like to go back and watch like all, you go on YouTube and these guys have like all their throws last week. You can watch like 15, 20 minutes, whatever. Actually, the quarterback's a little bit longer, but what do you think about him like scrambling wise? You think he's pretty smart at like avoiding contact?
Drake May?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He's good at extending plays for sure, and he throws on the run awesome.
No, but I'm saying like as far as like getting down and like not getting hurt, like is he like a little bit like Allen where he wants to like try to break tackles, or do you think he's smart enough where like he'll slide when he needs to slide to avoid getting hurt?
So the one time he kind of threw himself into the pile was when he got hurt. And it was when he got that concussion. So I think he's definitely, from that point on, he was a little bit better. I think that last year they kind of did a good job putting a cap on how much he can run, just so he doesn't put himself in harm's way. You know what I mean? And he's healthy for this year. So I mean, that's also why I think he's going to run more this year, because he's got some more experience. He's got games under his belt. But as far as that goes, Steve, I told you that's my only concern is him putting himself in a vulnerable spot where he gets, a concussion.
Yeah, that's the one thing you got to worry about with the quarterbacks, the running quarterbacks like Lamar all those years was always, kind of killing you in the playoffs because he wasn't out there. But that's why, like, if you take a scrambling quarterback like a Drake May, you take another quarterback or two. So this way you have a good backup. You get a Herbert, you get a Fields, you can get a JJ. So this way you have a backup and you just play matchups with those guys. So that's one way to do it.
Whoa. I'm on the clock. IDP league. I got an hour left. Damn, I've been so busy today I didn't even realize I was on the clock. It's an 8 hour. It's an 8 hour. Yeah, it's for Iggy's charity league, the FF7s.
Oh, nice.
I'm in the 18th round. I'm on the clock. What do I have in my queue?
Did you take who did you take on your defense so far?
I waited until a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round, and I took linebacker TJ Edwards.
Big. Oh, what do you get? A lot of like a point for tackles or a point and a
Yep.
half.
Yeah, you have to start a linebacker, start a defensive lineman, start a
Cornerback.
defensive back,
Yeah.
and then 3 flex defense. So 6 defensive players altogether. I took TJ Edwards. Then 2 rounds later, I took Jared Verse as a defensive lineman. Um,
Nice. Verse is awesome. That's a good.
yeah, and then I got Daniel Hunter, defensive lineman from Houston.
Oh,
In, the,
he's
in
he,
round.
he's a bully.
Then I took then I did back the next round, round 11. I took Kevin Byard,
Safety.
defensive. Yep,
Where's he? Who is he? Is he still on the Titans?
Chicago.
Chicago now. Okay.
And then I got
Nice.
Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson as a linebacker, Quay Walker as a linebacker, and Kobe Turner. So I got both. I got two of the Rams defensive linemen.
Nice. Yeah, I like the Rams D. IDP's fun. It's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I only play in one IDP league. It's my brother runs it. It's a home, with my friends and family. It's only $50 entry, but I just like playing it because it's different. It's IDP. I know
I think
TJ Watt was just like
that's left.
I would be. And my brother's like sacks and like forced fumbles give you crazy points. Here comes Drake May here. Who's available at quarterback? Fields is still there. Herbert. Wow. May for a buck.
That's a score.
I should have bid him up there.
Yeah, you should have. You got the dough and the leverage to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna do it. I clicked on it too late. This guy bid $2 on Pat Bryant. I should take him from him. You know what? I'll take him from him. Although I wanted to save my money for somebody else. But I like Pat Bryant.
I just took Jalen McMillan.
Nice. I like that pick.
Round 18.
Yeah, we both kind of like him.
Yeah, my offense is Bijan, Drake London, Dak Prescott, Sam Donald. It is a super flex. Devontae Adams. Then I started with the D. Then I got ETN, J.K. Dobbins, Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams, Dylan Sampson. I was a beneficiary of the news and being close to my pick, the Quinshaw Jenkins news. This is a slow draft. This draft been going on forever. This draft was going on when I was in Pennsylvania. That's how. Yeah, it's trust me. There's like a couple of people from London in this draft.
So. Oh yeah, so that screws it up. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Then I took now Jalen McMillan. I got 2 picks left. I need to get a team defense.
That was a good pick. Oh shit, Chubb going for 2.
What do you think of Chubb? Now,
I mean, I like him. I mean, Mixon's out. I've been drafting him a lot. Again, a couple of years ago, this guy was one of the best running backs in the league. I know it was this injury to the same knee pretty much. So it's a lot to come back from. Is he going to ever be the same guy again? Who the hell knows? But I think he's worth betting on in a really good offense for where you can get him. I don't see – there's like really no risk.
And how about Woody Max?
I think as a receiving back, yeah, I think he might be utilized as a receiving back there for sure in Houston. But I'd rather have Chubb. But again, it's the same thing. Like if Mixon's out for a while, he's going to be on the field probably. Woody Marks, unless they utilize somebody else like a veteran or something. But yeah, I don't mind Woody Marks. I really haven't been targeted. He doesn't really get drafted. Woody Marks.
No.
Right?
I took him round 22, Scott Fishbowl.
Nice. How many rounds is that?
23.
Nice. That's a good pick for the 22nd, especially with the mix and news and who the hell knows how long that lingers there. But they're saying they're trying to get him back for week 1. So we'll see. That could change fast.
Wow. Oh no, that's not. I'm looking at the wrong contest. There's 5 5 in the owl right now. Oh no, that's not the owl. 4 in the owl.
What's the well?
Oh,
Oh,
it's a rough crowd. I don't think I'll be joining this one.
oh, you were thinking about doing an owl tonight?
No, definitely not. I got to work in the
Oh, okay.
morning.
Okay. Yeah, I did one last night.
But when you look and you see a bunch of names you'd never drafted with before.
Yeah. That's what it was like. Yeah, I was like last night. I didn't really recognize.
And you're
The
like,
only
yeah, I may want to get in this one because
yeah.
it's nobody knows you or whatever. But yeah,
All right, I'm gonna get two in here. I actually have actually Williams is the only guy that has more money than me. So let's see what I got to do here. I have enough tight ends. Maybe I'll throw Fields out for $1. I don't know. There goes Fields. Who does he have at quarterback? Oh, he's up to 3. Shit.
nice. I think I'm gonna call it a night there, Steve. It's almost 11.
That's cool, man. No, I appreciate you coming on, man. Let's see.
Check out the poker show. It was awesome. It was fun. Good show. I'm looking forward to the next one already.
Yeah, no, I will check it out. Actually, I sent it to my friend who loves poker. Wow, tooting for $1. I love that. Give me that all day. Yeah, nice. I sent it to my friend who loves poker. So yeah, we'll check it out, man. That's great that you're doing that. Yeah, check that out. Check that out, guys. Sports Affiliation YouTube page. They're doing, man, you guys are doing a lot of great content. Austin Eckler. I saw you had Scott Engel on, Howard Bender, a lot of great guests. Joe's doing a bunch of great high stakes guests. Willie Miles, Bill Wazowski. And you're going to be doing more all the way up until week 1, right? So, how about during the season too? Are you going to be doing updates on like the leagues and stuff throughout the year?
It's just something that I've been jogging in my brain too. Is what I'm going to do during the season with Aces Up. I'm sure that I'll at least be talking about the team. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really put like my full thought on what exactly I'm going to do during the season with it.
I got you.
I don't know. We'll see. It's down the road.
Regardless, check that out. Sports Affiliation. Follow Joe.
Maybe once a week I'll have you on and we can pick out like 3 or 5 teams to go over from what we have and just talk.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Talk some weekly moves, free agents, what we got for bids and all that. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we could do a vice versa. I'd like to do the same thing. Yeah, definitely talk about like the fab guys we're targeting or fab guys that we got rather. Probably do it after the fact. So
without mentioning dollar values, we'll
do both. We'll figure it out. But yeah, no, thanks, Joe, man. Have a great week, bro, and I'll hope to be on with you again soon, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for sending me the link, man. Always a good time coming on, chit chatting with you, man.
Yeah, bro, you're the best, man. Appreciate it. What's your Twitter handle, real quick?
At Points by Hand Carlton, PTS by Hand Carlton without the O.
Gotcha.
That's it. You can find me on the Sports Affiliation YouTube channel.
Awesome, brother.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, man. Take care. Have a good night. Good night.
Good night.
Peace. All right, guys. Well, that was good. We're still grinding out here. $10 max bid. I mean, $10 total, $6 max bid. We're almost up to 2 hours. I think my team is rounding out pretty good. There's a couple guys that I missed on. Probably should have went after Ramondre, maybe. Did I not get Rashad Bateman? I thought I did get him. Shit. I wanted Rashad Bateman. Let me look at my team real quick here. Receivers, Williams, J-Mo, Keon Addison, Debo, Rashid, Kyle Williams, Pat Bryant. Running backs, Tootin, Cam, Barkley, Gibbs. Got to add a couple more running backs here. I have 3 reserve spots, 4 running backs, 7 receivers, 3 tight ends, Kincaid, Chig, and Kraft. One quarterback and Josh Allen. Probably need to sneak another quarterback here as well. Either Cam, Anthony Richardson, or Geno, maybe. We'll see. Got to get a couple more running backs. There's some talent there at the running back position. I have the most money left, so should be okay here as far as getting whoever I want. Did I miss out on Brashard Smith? Please don't tell me I missed on him because I want him. And I'm throwing out here. Shit. Here he is. All right, so Brashard Smith. I have the most money. Should get him for $1 here. Oh, no, don't give me him for 3. What happened there? Did I get him? Yep, I got him for 3. All right. So 2 spots left. Probably want to get a quarterback and a running back. Although I mean, you got Tua, Stafford, Cam Ward, Darnold, Richardson, Geno. So maybe one more running back and a quarterback. I'm good at tight end. I think I'm good at receiver. If there's one receiver, I mean, he's still got Luther Burden and McMillan there. I mean, I can get Luther Burden for $1. Oh, shit. I really haven't been getting a lot of Luther Burden either. There goes Jarquez. Give me Jarquez for 2. Oh, shit. Give me Jarquez for 3. All right, so I take Jarquez, and that's it. I like how this is shaping out. Do I want to get Anthony Richardson? Do I need another quarterback? I have Josh Allen. This should finish pretty quick, guys. Again, NFC online auction championship, 12-team league. You win your league, first or second. You're going to advance to the championship round. Top prize in the league is 700. Entry is 150. I think the second prize is 300, maybe. I forget, 250 for second. But it's a league playoff, so top 4 teams make the playoffs. I think it's the top 2 scoring teams and the top 2 records. But the top 2 teams as far as scoring advance to the championship round to play for a grand prize of $1,500. So check it out, playnffc.com. We'll probably do 1 or 2 more of these auctions, but we're going to be doing, more snake drafts, whether it's NFC, which is my preferred, but still FFPC we do, FFWC, and also RT Sports. We got to jump on one of those as well. I'm going to grab Luther Burden for $2. So I'm going to pass on quarterback. Which could be kind of risky because you kind of like to have that backup. Shit, I need a defense. Let's go Cardinals D. They're playing the Saints week 1. We'll take that, just to get some points off the bat. It's a streaming. I'll cut them and pick up the next defense. Most of the good defenses are gone. Washington, I guess, is not terrible. Niners is not bad. Actually, Rams I could have picked up. I don't know. I kind of switch it up. Like Rams I could have went with. That's kind of a defense you can hold. But I'll just stream defenses here. And then we'll wrap this baby up with a kicker. And again, I might have no money left. So spent my money perfectly pretty much. Again, going back to quarterbacks, as long as Tua, Stafford, Cam Ward, Darnold, Richardson, there's a Geno, there's like 6, 7 starters out there. That's fine. So when Allen gets the bye in week 7, I could pick somebody up. Or if somebody pops off, maybe Richardson goes off week 1, he gets the job, he looks really good. Or Geno comes out and throws 3, 4 touchdowns. Or Cam Ward goes off, or Darnold looks good. I could always drop one of these bench guys and, pick up another quarterback. Maybe I don't need to hold Chig Okonkwo. See how he does the first 2-3 weeks. And if he's just kind of staying low, we'll grab a backup so we're ready and prepared in case something happens to Allen, and ready prepared for the bye week, and ready to take a potential solid quarterback off the free agent wire. And that's why I kind of like getting Richardson late, because he has so much fantasy upside if he does get the job. But sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. When I have a quarterback like Josh Allen, again, you don't really need to have two quarterbacks. The only problem you run into is if there's one or two starters left, then you can kind of screw yourself. But guys will drop guys during the year too. So we'll get a kicker. We'll wrap up. What my final drafted squad is here. That'll be it. Raphael says, "Hey Steve, I'm a graphic designer. Let's work together. Can I send you an email?" Sure, bro. Send me an email, stevedeangelo@gmail.com. So that's stevedeangelo@gmail.com. Send it over there, buddy. We can check it out. Whatever you want to do. Maybe I should have gave out a different email, but yeah, no, that's fine, man. I actually do need some help with thumbnails and shit. So hopefully you're in the US too. That would help. Same time zone. But yeah, Steve D'Angelo Gmail. Raph, I appreciate it. Kicker. What do we want here? I will go Young Ho. Young Ho to wrap this baby up. So this is the final team in my first auction draft, just about 2 hours here. My first auction draft of the year. Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, J-Mo, Jameson Williams, Keon Coleman, Jordan Addison, 3 receivers. Tight end, either Tucker Kraft or Kincaid. Flex, probably Debo, or it could be Shaheed or Cam Williams, I guess. Bench, looking at Kyle Williams, Pat Bryant, Bashal Tootin, Brashard Smith, Jarquez Hunter, and Luther Burden. So I like it. I feel like it's a well-balanced team. Again, these quarterbacks, I want to see how many are left here. That's maybe the one mistake, not getting a backup. But again, we still have Richardson, Geno, Darnold, and Stafford. So we got 4 or 5 starters here left still. Also, you got Russell Wilson out there who's going to start. And so, we'll figure it out. But we'll see if Anthony Richardson gets drafted here. If not, I'll add somebody in Fab. Any other teams that stick out? What do you guys think of my team? Leave it in the comments below. I was saying I like Team 1 earlier. And, gets Trey Benson. Mooney's a good pick. Giddens for $1, especially when you have Taylor's nice. Rashad White for $2. What is going on? Somebody's teams. Why don't I see the reserves for Team 2? Is that it? Is that all his team? I don't know. That's strange. Team 3, getting Neighbors and Genty with Olave and Andrews and Ridley. Brian Robinson, good depth there. Najee, another good depth pick. Pretty solid. Team 5, Lamar, McCaffrey, Puka, Evans, Moore, Kelsey. And Team 11, Godwin, London, Adams, Laporta, Brees, Mahomes, Chuba, Jaden Reed, Tillman, Ramondre, Chubb. Good depth there. Like that. Like the depth of that team. I feel like my team with Jahmyr and Saquon is maybe one of the only combos that you can't really get in a draft. Let's see if there's any other combos here. Taylor, Thomas, McConkey. That's something hard to get in a regular draft. Puka, McCaffrey is something you could pull off in a regular draft. Genty, Neighbors. I guess, yeah, that's something you could kind of pull off, but it's kind of rare because usually Neighbors and Genty are going in the first round, but sometimes Neighbors goes into the second. So yeah, I mean, the combo of Saquon and Gibbs, I love it. And then again, that's kind of what I like to do in these auctions. I like to spend early. I like to get my studs. Sometimes 2 studs, sometimes 3. But if you get 3, and Allen's kind of like my third stud, which is a little bit cheaper. If you get 3, sometimes it restricts you. But I feel like I filled out this team pretty well, and I'd rather have a team that has a couple studs than have a team that's just like a bunch of like guys where I got to make decisions every week. So that's kind of how I like to do my auction teams for the most part. And get those studs and then kind of fill in the values later on, which I think I got in Kraft. Addison, Keon could be a nice value. Debo could be a nice value. Cam, Kyle Williams could be nice. Shaheed could be nice. Kincaid, Pat Bryant, Tootin at a buck. So I like this team. Burden, a guy I never really take, but give me Burton for $2. He kind of goes a little bit higher in some of these drafts, so I feel like maybe he should go 4 or 5. But he's a little bit banged up, hasn't really been in camp yet, so maybe that's understood. Team 2 starting to fill in his roster now. And he's got $4 left, so he'll just keep filling in $1 players there. So let's see. There's still Daniel Jones is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4 starters left. Probably should have grabbed one more quarterback instead of Burden, maybe. But it's fine. I think I'll figure it out. I want to see who Winker finishes up with. He's got Hurts and Herbert, so he really doesn't need another quarterback. But guys could just take Anthony Richardson just because of the upside. Team 8 needs a couple more guys as well. He's got $3. He's on auto. Jalen Royals for $1. Nice pick late. I like that. We're seeing so all dollar picks is like dollar derby, they call it now at this point. Royals for $1, Kareem Hunt for $1, Hopkins for $1, Henry for $1. There goes Darnold, Woody Marks for $1. So that's it, guys. We'll check out the rest of the draft. Guys, make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing to the show. The show, hitting that notification button. Follow me on X at Fantasy Savvy. Like, subscribe, share. Really, really appreciate it. We'll be back for more high-stake drafts, fantasy football content. We'll have some more guests like Joe. We'll try to bring in Pete and Mike and Ernie and maybe some high-stakes players as well as we keep gearing up for week 1. We're getting closer and closer. We're almost into August. So that's it, guys. I'll leave the draft board up. I'll leave the picks. But that'll be it for me. Take care, everybody. Have a great night, great weekend ahead.